On this day in history, October 16th, King Otto I defeats a Slavic revolt in what is now Mecklenburg-Vorpommern on October 16, 955. This victory was part of Otto's efforts to consolidate his power and expand the Holy Roman Empire's influence over the Slavic tribes in Eastern Europe, helping to secure Germanic dominance in the region. The Council of Vienne convenes for the first time on October 16, 1311. Called by Pope Clement V, the council dealt with various issues, including the suppression of the Knights Templar, doctrinal disputes, and reforms in the Catholic Church. It was one of the significant councils in medieval church history. Jadwiga is crowned King of Poland on October 16, 1384, despite being a woman. Her title as king emphasized her authority as the sovereign ruler in her own right, making her one of the most remarkable female monarchs in European history. Her reign marked the beginning of Poland's Golden Age. Mathematician William Whiston's predicted comet fails to strike the Earth on October 16, 1736. Whiston, a follower of Isaac Newton, had calculated that a comet would cause a catastrophic flood, alarming the public. When the event didn't happen, it became a noted moment in the history of apocalyptic predictions. Italian explorer and archaeologist Giovanni Belzoni uncovers the tomb of Seti I in the Valley of the Kings on October 16, 1817. This discovery of the intricately decorated tomb of the 19th dynasty pharaoh was one of the most important archaeological finds in Egypt, showcasing ancient Egyptian art and burial practices. William Rowan Hamilton invents quaternions on October 16, 1843. Quaternions, a complex number system that extends the concept of rotation in 3 dimensions, became an essential tool in mathematical physics and computer graphics, influencing how rotations are represented in space. William Thomas Green Morton administers ether anesthesia during a surgical operation on October 16, 1846. This groundbreaking event at Massachusetts General Hospital revolutionized surgery by allowing doctors to perform procedures without causing pain to the patient, marking the beginning of modern anesthesia. The novel Jane Eyre is published in London on October 16, 1847. Written by Charlotte Brontë under the pen name Currer Bell, the novel is a groundbreaking work in English literature, noted for its themes of individualism, moral integrity, and the complex inner life of its heroine, Jane. The Cardiff Giant, one of the most famous American hoaxes, is discovered on October 16, 1869. The 10-foot-tall petrified man was unearthed in Cardiff, New York, and presented as evidence of a prehistoric race. It was later revealed to be a fake, sculpted as part of an elaborate scheme to deceive the public. Girton College, Cambridge is founded on October 16, 1869, becoming England's first residential college for women. The college marked a significant step forward in women's education and set a precedent for the inclusion of women in higher education in the United Kingdom. Margaret Sanger opens the first family planning clinic in the United States on October 16, 1916. Located in Brooklyn, New York, this clinic was a pivotal moment in the birth control movement. Sanger's work eventually led to the formation of Planned Parenthood and helped advance reproductive rights for women. Adolf Hitler delivers his first public address on October 16, 1919, at a meeting of the German Workers' Party, which later became the Nazi Party. This marked the beginning of his rise to power, as he used his oratory skills to attract followers and spread his ideology. Walt Disney and his brother, Roy, found the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio on October 16, 1923. This company, later known as the Walt Disney Company, went on to become one of the most influential entertainment companies in the world, revolutionizing animation and global popular culture. 10 defendants found guilty by the International Military Tribunal are executed by hanging on October 16, 1946, in the aftermath of the Nuremberg trials. These key figures from Nazi Germany were held responsible for crimes against humanity during World War II, marking a critical moment in international justice. The Greek Communist Party announces a temporary ceasefire on October 16, 1949, thus ending the Greek Civil War. This conflict had pitted communist insurgents against government forces backed by Western allies, and its conclusion solidified Greece's place in the Western Bloc during the Cold War. Cuban revolutionary Fidel Castro delivers his "History Will Absolve Me" speech on October 16, 1953. He made the speech during his trial for leading an attack on the Moncada barracks, laying out his revolutionary ideas. Despite being sentenced to 15 years imprisonment, his words became a rallying cry for the Cuban Revolution. The Cuban Missile Crisis begins on October 16, 1962, when U.S. President John F. Kennedy is informed of photos taken by a U-2 spy plane on October 14, showing Soviet nuclear missiles in Cuba. The crisis lasted 13 tense days and brought the world to the brink of nuclear war before being resolved diplomatically. China detonates its first nuclear weapon on October 16, 1964, becoming the fifth nuclear-armed state. This event marked China's entry into the nuclear arms race during the Cold War, altering the global balance of power and establishing it as a major military force. Leonid Brezhnev becomes leader of the Soviet Communist Party on October 16, 1964, following the ousting of Nikita Khrushchev. Brezhnev's rule marked a period of political stability but economic stagnation, and he remained in power until his death in 1982. Yasunari Kawabata becomes the first Japanese person to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature on October 16, 1968. He was honored for his lyrical, emotionally rich novels such as Snow Country, Thousand Cranes, and The Old Capital, which reflected the beauty and melancholy of life in Japan. Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau invokes the War Measures Act on October 16, 1970, in response to the October Crisis, a series of kidnappings by the FLQ, a Quebec separatist group. This was the only time the act was used during peacetime, and it led to the arrest of hundreds of FLQ members. 3-year-old Rahima Banu, from Bangladesh, becomes the last known case of naturally occurring smallpox on October 16, 1975. Her recovery marked the final stage of a global effort to eradicate smallpox, one of the deadliest diseases in human history, which was officially declared eradicated in 1980. Cardinal Karol Wojtyla is elected Pope John Paul II on October 16, 1978, becoming the first non-Italian pontiff in over 4 centuries. His papacy, which lasted until 2005, had a profound influence on the Catholic Church and global politics, including playing a role in the end of communism in Eastern Europe. The Million Man March takes place in Washington, D.C., on October 16, 1995, with approximately 837,000 attendees. Organized by Louis Farrakhan, the march aimed to promote African American unity, self-sufficiency, and family values, becoming one of the largest gatherings of African Americans in U.S. history. 84 football fans die, and 180 are injured in a massive crush at a match in Guatemala City on October 16, 1996. The tragedy occurred during a World Cup qualifying match between Guatemala and Costa Rica, highlighting issues of crowd control and stadium safety. The Bibliotheca Alexandrina opens in Egypt on October 16, 2002, as a modern homage to the ancient Library of Alexandria. The library aims to promote knowledge, culture, and scientific research, reviving the spirit of one of the most famous centers of learning in ancient times. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Can't wait to see you next time for even more great content.